Just making sure things are on and working. Okay. See if I can find. Hey, David. Trying to find the Tana documentation site. It's like Tana Inc. Is it like help.tana? Yeah, there it is. Suggestions in Slack for about the Readwise importer. Okay, I'll have to dig into some of that. It's one of those scenarios where I don't know if I'm actually going to use the Readwise importer, so I don't like it'd be difficult for me to put in that amount of effort to fully understand like how exactly I'd want it. Okay. Yeah, we can explore some of that stuff for sure. What I want to try is, so Ian shared with me some, like a way of posting a way of posting to like right here. You can get an API token for like this specific node. And hopefully I can revoke these, because I'm going to show them, and I don't care too much about my Tana account right now, but okay, so it's copied to the clipboard. And I'm going to create a post to Tana script here. So similarly, like we did with the readwise script, we need that Tana API key. So that's currently in my clipboard, and I'm going to request it using env, which means environment variable. Excuse me. And we'll call this Tana token live demo. I think you'd have to name it something. You'd have to know what this node is going to be used for. Like, what am I going to post to it? So I'll just call it like to-dos. So Tana token to-dos. That name doesn't really matter. And if I run this once, it'll request it. I'll paste my token in, hit enter, and then it writes that token to that file. David, I showed you this where there's a .env file that saves all of your tokens. And if I run the script again, it won't ask for it. It'll just read from that file. What I'm curious about is the way that Ian shared a script with me. The URL he used was this. So I don't know. It's not node specific. These are just tokens you'd use in any programming language. So the way that a lot of the internet talks to each other, and kind of like the way you sign into an email account, like computers sign into each other using tokens. So they're kind of like the computer-to-computer communication, or computer-to-computer login. And let's see. And then he used, so we're going to post to that URL, and we need to sign in. This is a pretty common thing, using a bearer token. And we'll just drop in our Tana. Oops. Tana token to-dos. Oh yeah, sorry, Node is a block in Tana. Yeah, sorry. Node.js is also the runtime for ScriptKit. So when I hear the word node, I immediately think the thing that ScriptKit runs on top of. So a bit of ambiguity there. But yes, this is a node. It's posting to a specific node. It looks like what we want to do here is, oh, it's going to be a GET request, params and note. See, this is where I want the documentation to see if they have examples. Where browser go? This, there it is. Okay. Is this searchable? Use cases. Oh, these must be the examples everyone was talking about yesterday. Build tutorials, data paste. I don't think the paste examples. Oh, so this is where everyone found these examples. Okay. I wonder if Twitter. I think all of these log out to paste things. Okay. GitHub. Okay, so none of these are posting to a node. I wonder if one way I can try is by using GitHub's code search. It just doesn't seem like the URL they'd want me to use. Is there anyone who's used this and is like, is there a more official URL to post to than the cloudfunctions.net one, which looks like it has a generated, this looks more like a generated URL than an official one. I'm looking to see if this is the best URL. This is the one that Ian sent me. And he must have gotten this from somewhere. Ian's probably busy. You online. Anyway, we'll try. We'll try that for now. Because we're going to post to. And also if there's documentation for where to post, like the parameters that this accepts, then that would be great too, because the only example I have looks like I'd be doing this. I'd be going to the Tana URL and sending a GET request to add, where is it? It's on my other screen. Add to node, and then sending some params. With a note on it. Hello. Yeah, if anyone from Tana is watching and they have some documentation they can point me to over which URLs are the best to use to add nodes and to post to nodes. I grabbed an API key for this node right here. So we'll try this. We'll post to Tana. That might take a second. Well, that didn't show up. Let's see if there's... Debugger. From a non-placeholder node? Okay. So 2022, let's see, we'll do so like this one, get API token, and this can be, I'd have to rename this, otherwise it'll ask for the same one. There it is. Okay. So that posted underneath it. Is that going to post it underneath it each time? Let's say that our note is something we can type in. Hello. Okay, so it's going to like add a new node underneath the parent node. Okay, so we're not going to be able to like manipulate this title or anything. Everything's going to be like, I don't know what the endpoints are here. So like all I can do right now is just add little bullets to that, which is great. Like, that's helpful. What do you want to add? Something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and in ScriptKit, if you call hide, like if it's a running, it's a process running in the background, you can just go ahead and call hide so that the UI disappears while it does the rest of this. Oh, okay, so that's the endpoint we got. Okay. Cool. So we can just work with that then. So it looks like any note that I want to add some note about stuff. Hit enter, and then some note about stuff shows up. Can I do so if I did an editor, let's try that. If I do this and that, oops, this, that, submit. That just look, so that didn't add an, oh, can I use the Tana, I don't know what you call, yeah, it's really neat. There's a cool, like with, since ScriptKit can like capture text and just use it with a shortcut. So something like, if you imagine a shortcut of option 9, and you would say the note is, instead of an editor, is get selected text. I could, without even seeing the ScriptKit UI, I'm going to select this text right here. I'm going to hit option 9. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I probably have an option 9 already mapped to something. Just like this, hit option 9. Oh, that's testing debug too. Sorry, I have a ton of shortcuts that I need to get rid of. Let's see. Option 8 is in here. Let's try. Oops, I'm gonna save that. All right, so option 6 wasn't taken. Yes, my internal functions that will let you create fields and apply tags as long as you know their IDs. Okay. So what I want to show here is that so right now I have the script mapped to option 6. So at any time I could select all of this, hit option 6, and then it posted that to Tana without me having to open a UI or anything. I could just this get selected text will essentially, well, not essentially, like literally do a command V, or sorry, a command C to grab the text and then pull that into clipboard and then assign it there so that anything you pass in here will get posted. Are there any other parameters I could pass other than just note? Not for this, okay. And this is the most official URL for now? Cool. No, this is really great already. I imagine like the majority of the use cases for this is a quick note. But could I paste a, let's say, if I use that as a note and then do like name and place, is it gonna, like, this is the like create new node or something? Is it a metadata? Is it a command? Like a paste command? I'm not exactly sure how to name that. So if I run this, say John tab and Anchorage, hit submit. Not seeing anything on that. Oh, there it is. Nope, it just pasted it as raw text. Okay. Okay, the Tana page. Okay, got it. All right, so you'd never use that when accessing the API. I had another question. I think it was related to this. Suppose I'd like to collect my bookmarks. Actually, to extract the link metadata. So let's explore collecting bookmarks. So what you can do in ScriptKit there's a get active tab. Unfortunately, oh, there's a cat at my window. Unfortunately, this is Mac only. I haven't found a way to do this in Windows. I would love for a Windows dev to show me the light on how to access, like this defaults to Chrome, but you could also pass in Brave or the other editors, and I believe they shall work. But what this will do is it'll check the current URL you're looking at on your browser. And then now my note should be that URL. I'm just going to run the script again, and then this should just post that URL there automatically. So you can imagine you're looking at a site or a URL you want to bookmark, and you could just, so say I'm over here, let's bring my browser over here. Oops, no, over here. Come on. Just to be on the same window. So you're just browsing around, and I click on this tweet this time. And that should focus on that tweet, shouldn't it? I guess it focuses back on that one. We'll just click on whatever the top tweet is, Rust Dev. All right, and I had option 6 bound to that script. So I'll hit option 6, and then you can see that URL shows up in the middle of that. How do you kill processes that ScriptKit starts? So if you do a long running script, so this is a process that is just logging out the current time. Whenever you open ScriptKit, you'll see this. You can either click on it or hit Command P for processes. And if you hit enter, it'll terminate that running script. You can also see the running scripts here, and you can terminate them from the menu as well. So you can come down here, testing long running, terminate, and now that script isn't running anymore. So if you see this change from the description to a number, that number represents the amount of like background scripts you have running. Since you can run scripts on schedules, or have other things trigger scripts like watching files and that sort of stuff. So, okay, so back to this, like after we get the URL, getting the metadata for the URL is interesting. Like I think like the hardcore way would be scraping the URL. Yeah, the manual, that might be in the guide. I need to sit down with other people using ScriptKit to just ask me questions to add to the guide. Because when I write the guide, I'm like, I know this stuff already, and sometimes the obvious stuff doesn't surface. Okay, so like we could scrape this. Another way of doing this, so ScriptKit ships with, if you hit just the backtick key, it brings up this search Google thing. So if we paste in, well, not paste in, we'll search for Twitter. It's a hot topic right now, right? You can see that searching for that term gives us that these results, as well as the title. You can see the title of each of the results and descriptions about them. So I don't know if, like, what sort of metadata that would give me. I guess that gives me enough. Like I'm thinking I can use the same Google library that I have used for searching, and instead of querying for a bunch of results, just take the top result and paste that as metadata, and allow the user to kind of modify or curate it before it does a final post. So the way that library works, if we look at the Google library, it's called Google This. So I'm going to grab that, and then these options. Okay. ScriptKit is one of the coolest things I have seen in a long time. Can't believe it took me so long to find out about it. Hey, you're welcome, Jeff. It is my pleasure to build. And it's only been around for a year, so. And I've purposely avoided any sort of marketing as I get through all the bugs and things around shipping applications and doing automatic updates and all that sort of application development nonsense. All right, so the library for this is that focused? No. Google This, and you can check out some of the additional parameters here. I'm going to use the defaults. This can grab like the knowledge panel and a bunch of information about your search. Again, we're going to use a URL rather than doing a traditional search, just to get more information about the URL itself. I wonder if there's a is there an Open Graph library that describes Open Graph data? That is like Open Graph is what yeah, kind of like this concept. Like Open Graph is what Twitter and all the social clients use to display the thumbnails and stuff. But get site info. Let's test this out. Open Graph IO. Testing Open Graph IO. So npm will try and install it. It was Open Graph-IO, I believe. Where'd that URL go? Come back, Chrome. Open Graph-IO, and then this was Open Graph. So we can do result here. We don't have to use the then. Excuse me. I'm going to bring open the debugger and testing Open Graph-IO. We're going to install Open Graph-IO. And then once that's done, Control-C will continue the script. Open Graph is not a function. Oh, did I? Oh, app ID. To get a free forever key, so Open Graph. Okay, that's what I need. Yeah. you can't do anything online without accounts for anything anymore. So I'm going to sign up for the 100 requests monthly. That should be enough for me. Create an API key to get started. All right, and I'm going to copy my key and app ID. Yeah, this is what I didn't look at before. I'm going to bring in this. So this is a function. Bunch of programming nonsense. Open graph. I'm going to call this OG. Do I have an app ID, or is he calling app ID the token? Let's see. Because in this opengraph.io site, I don't see apps, I only see API keys. Maybe that's just a misnomer. We'll go ahead and try Open Graph App ID token. Now I'm curious. Okay, so I have that in my clipboard. And I don't think that liked me. Oh, sorry, I didn't run it using the debugger. That's why. Okay. There it is. That's, yeah, I ran a script that had no output except for debugger, and I didn't run the debugger. Debugger is command enter. So we paused on this, and we want to look at the result. And it looks like request info, no, open graph. So probably want the site name and the title and the description. So result.opengraph. If we look at this, it'd be result.open, opengraph.title, and yeah, okay. So if we go back to here, there is the, so result open graph. There's the title, site name, description. And so the site info we want to get information about is the one in our active tab. So we'll pass that, not curl. pass that URL into there. And then we could post that somewhere. Just to show what this will look like. Let's set up a template where you'd have a chance to modify like the description or the title. I would assume images would show up in Tana, right? Let's look at that again. Result, open graph is undefined. Oops. That's my debugger. So command enter. All right, so the URL is, the Open Graph dashboard. That's my focused URL. And the result, Open Graph with a capital G. That's what I did wrong. The Open Graph tags found. But result, Open Graph, no Open Graph tags found. So I guess we will have to check for an error first. That's totally fine. Teoden, there is a Linux version of ScriptKit as an app image in the GitHub releases. That is not tested, and there are a couple people in the Discord, in the ScriptKit Discord, using it. I will rely on the community to support the Linux versions because I do not have Linux installed on any of my machines, and I'm only one person. Like Mac and Windows is enough for me to support, so I'm totally happy to support other people working on the Linux stuff, though. But I have the couple of people have tested it on Ubuntu, and it's worked fine as far as I know. I haven't gotten a ton of feedback. I struggled getting it set up in Parallels on Mac, so just not something I had time for yet. I really should look for that error. So it was result Open Graph with capital G dot error. If result, Open Graph with capital G dot error, then do that. Otherwise, here's our happy path. All right. Okay, so now back in Happy Path land. You know, these might all be... Hey, Ian. I got help around what URLs to use and stuff and notes to post to. I have a little thing that's posting my active tab to Tana. Where'd Tana go? I hit option 6, and yeah, links would magically appear in Tana hitting option 6 based on, like, this is the site I'm looking at in Chrome right now, over here. And the request on Twitter was to like combine a URL with metadata about the URL. The approach I'm taking right now is using the OpenGraph.io API. My other ideas were the ScriptKit uses a library called Google This. So if we Google something, Google This can pull in a list of results and like take the first result and the description and that sort of stuff, and use that as the metadata. Right now I'm pretty happy with this approach. using the Open Graph version. Again, if there's anyone on Windows who knows how to get your active URL, otherwise, you could copy the URL into your clipboard on Windows, copy URL to clipboard, and use await paste. That would work, or you could just like paste the URL. Oh, yeah, let's just do that on Windows. Use let URL equals paste URL here. So that should help there. And so if we say the title, site name, and description, let's look at the whoops. Let's get this link again. All right, so this is my active tab, and I want to see what this looks like. Was there an error? Okay, let's show our error. If there's an error, then show the error in the editor, I guess. As a string. Oh, whoops. I don't know what I was thinking. So used to try catching and having the error in the catch. No Open Graph tags found. Okay, that's why. That might be the reason to use Google to search. Like if I paste this individual tweet into Google, what would that give me? Nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I might have to just do the root site. You did see the Rocket League Twitch channel for a second. I love Rocket League. And let's see. I'm trying to think like what the smart way of doing this is, where like nested URLs might not have any metadata for us to work with. Like if that doesn't exist, then I don't want to do like a fallback request to the it's hard to escape. They have an OEmbed API, but to get the actual stuff on the website is hard. Their iframe embed even requires lots of JS and token returned. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Twitter, but their dev APIs have always been locked down behind applications and submitting your use case and all that stuff. I have like a really, really old one that once they upgraded to V2, like my stuff started. Their migration from their V1 API to V2 API was interesting. How they things disappeared. But I'm just trying to think like, if I were looking at this website, what would I expect the URL to be? Now, like if we want to go, the thing I try and avoid is to go like full hacker mode on it. So full hacker mode is, if you look at, there's a discussion, let's see, was it under Disney? No, it was, yeah, captions. So in this script I put together, this is scraping the captions from the currently playing video. And the way it's doing that is by executing JavaScript inside of Chrome. And you have to enable in your Chrome View Developer allow JavaScript from Apple events, and then you can tell AppleScript to, let me make that a bit bigger. You can tell AppleScript to say, hey Chrome, run this JavaScript, and then it can give you some values back. So like you can go full hacker on this stuff, so that anytime you're looking at a URL, you can run a script to tell Chrome to run some JavaScript and start like scraping the page. And again, this isn't like some headless scraper test runner version of Chrome. This is like your actual version of Chrome. And like there's a reason why they don't turn that on by default. You know, they don't want, and ScriptKit is like one of those, it's mostly for developers, because there's, with great power comes great security risks, I guess. Don't quote me on that one. But yeah, we're just telling the active tab to execute JavaScript essentially. And all I had to do for this one was like look up the subtitle renderer line and then grab its internals. Now, if you'd like me, thanks, Ian. If you would like me to show you how to do this for a tweet, where we actually like scrape the tweet and the user and their image, like you can get everything off this page, right? Because it's all visible to you, and it's in the DOM, and we can grab whatever we want. That's literally a non-issue. I was just trying to come up with like a not that, and also like a cross-platform solution, because I don't know, developer, I don't know if Windows has an equivalent. Sometimes I don't even know where menus are in Windows. This is my our family gaming machine, just a laptop that's right over there, and I'm remoting into it. Settings, more tools. Yeah, I don't know if that's supported. I don't know if Windows has a way of telling Chrome to execute JavaScript. Let me do like the Windows execute Chrome JavaScript from command line. Chrome CLI. So they're on Mac. What is Chrome CLI? Yeah, it's OS 10 though. Or OS X. Yeah, I don't want this to turn into a Googling session, although that's what development really is. I mean, you could set up a sequence of keyboard shortcuts to like open the DevTools, that open on another window, and go in here and grab. You have to like paste in the query Save it, yeah. Anyway, let's, okay, so... Let's just try, say we're searching for something, how to make apple pie, I don't know. And we go to this, and then we run our shortcut. What's taking so long? That Open Graph API is... Is that what's taking forever? No, we got a result, and we got Open Graph. Okay, we got a title, a site name, a type article. We got a description. Oh, that's why. We're still forgetting to uppercase this G right here. I'm going to go ahead and... I've always thought of Open Graph as one word. Okay, so... I mean, that's not too long. But that's like a... That's some good metadata for a URL. So we would say, I don't know exactly, you know, I think each person would want to post this a little differently. I'm just going to do like a markdown version. And then I'll post this and people can format this to a Tana version. We want the URL to... trying to think if I want that to be a clickable link or not. Let's go to comfort food. That was pretty good. I like that. Subscribe. I'm just trying to figure out if I want the site name on top or if I want the title on top. Like which, in my mind, has more importance, the name of the site or the title that it's... I guess the title. Maybe we'll do this. Yeah, to me that looks pretty good. So I'll go ahead and let me show you'll need an API key from, what was the name of the site? here, create an account. Login. Free account on and grab key from here. Paste the token when prompted for Open Graph. I can also do this. Token from here. Script Kit Tana Power Pack. Yeah, how many Tana scripts have you written so far? I did the ones on stream yesterday, the paste type ones. And I was just working on the post to Tana node one today. And I'm combining that with we're doing a post the URL you're looking at in Chrome to Tana with metadata to a node, all from a single shortcut. Is what we're going for. And we're pretty much there. Because once we have, get rid of that debugger. So once we have that, we can grab this. And I really don't mind like duplicating code between scripts. I figure every script is often a little bit different, and if you try too hard to make like shareable code between scripts, then you just run into scenarios where you want to modify things and you like hesitate to write more code or to tweak things. But if you think of every script as its own individual thing, so much so that you like duplicate and throw away scripts kind of willy-nilly, then I think it's more fun. And fun is the point, really. So this is now our note. All right, so this is like the entirety of our script. So let's see it in action. Let's use before its declaration. Whoops. Yeah, we'll leave a debugger in there. That's a cool thing about yeah, scripts are, it's kind of like everybody's has their own way of working, and to me, like the mindset of a script is almost like I would go into a REPL and type this out hand by hand, kind of like you go into a terminal and you start typing touch and CD and all that stuff. So the more like notes and things you have written down in scripts, the more you can like bring all the pieces together and make cool stuff. So yeah, most of this is configuration. A little bit of error handling. We grab a couple of tokens to link these together. It's not a lot of code, 53 lines with comments and stuff. So let's go ahead and try that. So it's still URLs I've visited. I don't know. So let's pretend like we're researching how to make a turkey. And we can go ahead and run this script. It seems like sometimes that Open Graph takes a little while. Did I? Result, Open Graph, title, site name, description, continue. I wonder what's going on where it's not working that first time. So this looks good. I'll hit submit. And then posted it there. Oh, looks like I didn't trim the white space. So, let's go back. Let's do that. Here, no trim. Yeah, I doubt there's really like a recommended way of using the add to note API right now as far as formatting goes. It's probably not Markdown. But I don't think this this is my unfamiliarity with Tana showing through. Like what the best way to add a note would be like this. Let's get a shortcut for this. I really need to see what shortcuts are taken. If you type in a taken shortcut, it should, like I don't do a system beep, but it does a little thing saying this is already registered. So it looks like 4 is okay. A site name is the reference node. So let me run it and you tell me where. So option 4. I kind of like the idea that it's giving me this little editor of the things that it's about to post rather than just posting it raw. This way I know that it worked. Like this is giving me like a feedback that the API worked, that it's about to post, and that things have happened. Especially if I had Tana closed, so I didn't get the feedback of Tana showing me what it's doing. Oh, so you're saying like this. Is that what you're going for, Zach? Does this convert to a reference node? Oops, I did stuff. Is this a reference node now, or do I have to like yeah. So that's where the other add to node is very, very basic. So it won't. There's not like an add to node Tana paste. Yeah, if we do, this will work if we use copy paste for sure. Inline references use at. Like this. Okay. So I'll just leave it, I'll kind of leave it like this for now. In the future, Tana will support more than just raw text. For now, only text is supported. I don't know how to message that. I guess we could do, like, the copy paste version of this is instead of this, we copy the note. And that's like a very deliberate decision of ScriptKit, was that if you want to switch from one way of doing something to another, it's usually literally changing the name of the function. Tana invites. I don't know. This is me mostly helping out Ian and Zach, and I haven't taken the time to dive into Tana like as much as I need to. If you prefer to paste, you can use this instead. I'm not sure how well. Let workout key. Okay. You post a Tana with the Apple shortcut. I don't know what Apple shortcut means. Yeah, I get the idea. Oh, okay. So is there a Tana app for iPhone? Let me, or is it you save URL as an app like you do for the desktop, I assume? I'm looking at my phone in case. I don't know if that's visible. I'll put my phone up. Shortcuts and scriptable. Okay. I think, yeah, shortcuts and scriptable are like really close to good. I mean, they're good. They're really close to great. There. Yeah, I do not envy the designer who has to try and make Tana work on a mobile. I'm just looking at the layout. I understand that the sort of work that goes into that, and I do not envy their position. Let's see. I think this is all right. I'm trying to think if there's anything that would improve upon this. Actually, let me put... I want to write something like, you may assume that you can use Tana paste. But alas, no. Like, I don't know. This gives you a chance to tweak the title description before posting. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and share this. Let's rename this to post URL to Tana. Post URL to Tana with description. Metadata? I don't know. Let's leave a comment. Select a node in Tana, hit Command K. Search for API to generate token key, whatever. Paste that here. For Mac. Command K for Mac. Control K for Win, I assume. Sorry, David, if I talk in like Mac language all the time. Yeah. If you were to run this on Windows, This should throw a testing get active tab. It doesn't throw an error, it just shows you it's not supported. I'm going to try and start leaving comments throughout for alternatives, like this, where you just paste the URL in. Let me do this, so all you have to do is uncomment it. On Windows, remove above, and do this. Test this again in case I broke anything. Let's try scriptkit. Let's save. Sweet. Trim here as well. Trim just means get rid of the, like, this white space. Like, I like writing these multi-line strings and bringing everything to the farthest left and then trimming the beginning and ending lines, rather than starting the text up at the top. So, okay, I'm going to share this. That opened in a very, very large window. I must have post, let's see, post current URL to Tana with metadata. It's funny, I kind of wish I could post a link to the current, like, once this video is done, I can come back to the discussion and post this video to this topic as well. Looks good to me. Add a tag at the end of the main parent node. They said it was only raw text. I don't know if they're still on. I think from what I understand, you can only add things underneath, like the add to node endpoint. Like, this is the only thing it supports is passing a note, and that note gets added as a child. Well, I guess nodes don't, these aren't really parent-child relationships, but a linked sub-node. Do you call these child nodes? I'm not in the loop on what the language is. Any other questions? I don't think, let me check, see if anyone DM'd me and if there's no other questions, I think I'll hop off. I have some errands to run, also known as grocery shopping, before the crowds hit in a few hours. Check my Discord. I think parents and children. Okay. All right. If there aren't any other further questions, I'm gonna drop off. Feel free to reach out to me on. Oh, let me post that. Where my discussions go? Not this one. Post this to the chat. All the... So if you're in... Did I get posted successfully? Everything I post should go to the ScriptKit stream chat. But I'm not seeing it show up. Looks like my connection in error state. That's a... I don't know what that means. I'll just post it here then. All right. Well, cheers everyone. Have a great weekend. I'm going to try and stream around the same time each day. If any Tana questions come up, I'm happy to answer them and connect things together. And is it best to keep, let's see, is it best to keep Kit pinned in the taskbar? So ScriptKit in the taskbar, it kind of lives in this space between like Alfred and like code editors and things, because ScriptKit has like a built-in editor where you can edit text, and it has like a built-in terminal and things like that. So there's some things need to persist, but others don't. It'll show up in the taskbar, let's see, when it's open. And then once you close the main window, it'll disappear. You won't see that weird icon. I'm in a dev build. You won't see that weird icon flash in the main build. If you can pin it if you want, and that's another way of opening it. But it doesn't. The reason that it'll show up in the taskbar, what I was getting to, is that if you're in an editor mode and you're like, I want to edit that later, for OS X's tab switching to work, it needs to be in the dock. So to go back to this and bring it back to focus, you could command tab back or go back through there. So that's why it shows up in the dock, is so that you can command tab back to it if you have like the editor or some other thing open that you're like currently working on. Otherwise, it doesn't need to be pinned to the dock for any reason. Does that make sense, Jeff? And I don't know of any other apps that do that, like bring the icon back and forth like that. But it's the only way to be able to command tab back if it loses focus. Okay, cool. Pinning it is great too. Like it should just sit there, and you can click on that to launch it. You can launch it from here, or the shortcut command semicolon or control semicolon on Windows. Odin, thanks. David, thanks. I will see you guys around. Cheers. Big end stream button right there.